All right, gang, Larry Vickers here. I'm with my good friends from Tango Down, Jeff Cahill, Todd Smith. We're going to take you through the particulars of the various accessories that Tango Down and Vickers Tactical have brought to the market, specifically for the Glock, but also other pistols. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Our pleasure.
Thanks, Larry.
Let's kick things off with the base plate, if you would. Let's talk through just some particulars that you might see, that customers might see when they're installing it. I know generally these parts go on with very little issue at all, but if there's anything out there from a customer service point of view, now's the time to bring it up.
I think this is a pretty easy part to install for anyone. The only problems that we have seen with the customers is magazines that have excessive wear, where guys have removed their factory OEM floor plate maybe hundreds of times, who knows, even thousands of times. And because it's such a thin rib that retains the floor plate onto the base of the magazine, as that wears out, you obviously lose engagement with both either the factory plate or our plate, either way.
Right.
And you have to be aware that, like we always say, magazines are perishable, you know, and when they wear out, get a new magazine.
They're just like tires on your car, like my buddy Hackathorn talks about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, another thing we need to talk about is aftermarket non-OEM Glock mags.
That's correct. Korean mags are out of spec, obviously, from what Glock has designed. We have seen some issues there. So be aware of it. When it comes to Korean magazines, avoid them.
Yeah, you want to stick with the OEM.
Absolutely.
Also, you need to educate yourself on how to properly take the base pad off and put it on.
We've seen a lot of that too. A lot of people do not understand the specific function of disassembly on these. There's many YouTube videos available. I suggest you look them up online for the correct one.
Now, the Glock armorers out there, the guys have been properly trained, they know how to do it. But a lot of guys see, and the reason being, this has a little bit different retention system than a lot of base plates on the market. So a lot of guys get creative on trying to take it off, and it can actually damage their mag.
Absolutely. At first examination, it looks like any other magazine that you typically come across, like a Smith & Wesson, etc. However, as Larry mentioned, these do disassemble differently.
Yep.
That internal floor plate retainer, that has to be pushed completely vertical inside of the magazine, and then by squeezing the sides of the magazine body, you'll be able to push that plate off. If you do not follow that, it'll be impossible and you will damage the magazine.
Yeah, and once you figure it out, it's no big deal, but it's one of those things that can kind of confuse you at first glance.
Absolutely.
So remember, pick the right size for the gun you have. We have them in all different flavors, different colors available, and whatnot. Make sure you're using OEM mags, and by and large, this is a great product. Get a lot of great feedback from users on it.
Absolutely, we
Absolutely.
do. One last thing, make sure that you're putting the proper caliber floor plate on your magazines. If you try to put a 45 floor plate on a 9mm magazine, it will engage to where you think that's probably good to go, but it's not. The minute you start to use it, it'll pop off, and then
come all over.
Do the obvious.
Yep, absolutely. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.